What's shaking, guys? Luke Dancy here with the Murphy's Studio team. Before I get to the guys, though, I want to announce our winners from last week. We got 2 winners to announce. You guys pick up the Ultimate Self-Working Card Tricks Volume 4. That's awesome stuff. We've got our YouTube winner, Bobby Wallace. I'm going to give him a round of applause. Congrats to Bobby Wallace.
Congrats, guys.
And our Facebook winner is John Miller. Also, congrats to you, John Miller. All right. I got sound effects running, guys. I don't know if you can hear them.
Okay.
So congrats to everybody out there. This week, as you can see, I'm with the studio team, so I thought it'd be fun. Our At the Table lectures were shot and edited and everything done in-house in our studio. So this week, you guys on YouTube and you guys on Facebook have a chance to win any At the Table lecture that you want. We have a full catalog. I thought it'd be really fun for you guys to be able to actually pick the one that you want to win. So if you're interested in doing that, like and comment on this post. If you share it, you get bonus points. And we will pick a winner next week. So if you want any of our At the Table lectures, fair game. Anything goes. So welcome to the studio team that makes it all happen. What's up, George, Matt, and Adrian? How we doing, boys?
Hey, guys.
How's it going?
Just so you guys know, we do have 2 more people on the team, Titanus and Javier, who just couldn't be here. They weren't feeling well. They don't have coronavirus, thankfully. They just have like a common cold, but we've kicked them out of the office anyway. So.
Yeah.
But anyway, they're here in spirit. Hopefully, they'll be watching at home at some point. They may be sleeping, but they may join us and say hi.
Right on. Well, we hope everybody's feeling okay out there. The rest of you guys, this is just our way to connect and check in and maybe think about something else other than the madness and the rest of the world here for about half an hour or so. So, yeah.
I gotta say, I really like that intro, Luke. It's a very nice intro.
I wonder who did it. It might be one of the 3 of you. Maybe we should play the game of who, but I think I know who it is. Yeah. It's actually our newest team member, Adrian. There he is. Adrian over there. Looking a little pixelated for some reason, but you're there. All right.
Oh no, that's how I look all the time. Look,
He's just full of pixels.
full of pixels.
So Adrian, if you guys don't know, is actually the designer of the original Memento Mori's and also the new NXS version, along with a lot of other decks, packaging, and he's also been editing a lot of our videos as well, helping to shoot and edit some stuff too. So along with Matt, the 2 of them really head up our production side, and George oversees everything, which is cool. And of course, Javier, the guy in the middle, doing the rest. So great team. We're very, very thankful to have such an awesome team. So, yeah, you guys, what is it that you guys do on the daily? Why don't we start with that? Because a lot of people want to know, okay, Murphy's, distributes Magic to Magic shops, but wait, they actually have a separate studio in a totally different area. Like, what is a daily routine for the studio team?
Well, we don't really have a daily routine. I would say, our goal of this whole studio endeavor is essentially we find people with great products and we produce them and bring them to market. Make some really great videos that people want to watch and kind of look at and kind of see like the product in its best light.
Yep.
And then also everything that we do is towards that goal essentially. And so sometimes what we're doing is we're in the studio filming, sometimes we're in the offices editing, and I'm in communication with some of the artists that we're working with. Sometimes I'm in communication with a lot of the manufacturing teams that we're working with. But from a day-to-day basis, I couldn't say that we have like a daily routine. I would say that every day is different, and it sort of depends on the need of the time. And so, a lot of times we're just here spending a day filming. Other times we're conceptualizing new ways to promote a trick. Anything that you can imagine between having a concept idea to the point where we've got something on a shelf ready for you guys to start playing with. That is all part of our job, and we don't have a big enough team to where everybody's doing just one thing. So we all kind of wear a lot of different hats and kind of help out where we can. But that's what really makes us a really great team, I think, is that we're all willing to kind of band together to make these things happen.
Yes, and for those of you that have never seen the studio before, we actually did a kind of behind-the-scenes tour not too long ago, and I'll link to that after this so you guys can actually see just how massive the place really is and where all the magic goes down. One elephant in the room I've addressed before, George and team, is that we did the at the table lectures for so long, and I
Yeah.
feel like they kind of, they had their heyday. And for those that don't know, starting 2020, we actually decided now to pull back on those. It's not something we have to stick on, but is there anything from the studio that we want to kind of give a official statement on, like the why? Or I know where we're pivoting, I get it, but I don't know
Yeah.
how much you want to say about that. Yeah.
So really what it is that we want to be able to focus more on coming out with products,
Yep.
right? And so what we found was we have a lot of fun, finding new talent, bring them in for lectures and stuff.
Yep.
But where we really want to focus on is putting out actual products that, so some of the more amazing things that people love, like purchasing, like, we're coming out with a couple of things with Angelo Carbone that people are really want. Anyone who we've shown like a test sample to or prototype to, they're like, oh wow, this is amazing. I got to get my hands on this. And what we found is at the table lectures, as fun as they are, they take us away from that focus. And so here we're able to kind of pivot a little bit and kind of divert all of our energy towards that one goal, is to getting out products that you guys are going to love.
Yeah. Well said. One of
Yeah.
the people
That's really it.
One of the people that we work with, Danny Weiser's on here, and he says that the Murphy's team is extremely talented. I have multiple projects in the works with them, and they have been excellent working with. So, for what it's worth, from one creator to the world, that's what it's like working with us.
We miss you, Danny. Bring you back at one point. Sorry, we don't have a lot of with kosher foods out here. We had a lot of fun with Danny. It was I don't know if you guys know who Danny is, but he has a very specific religious regimen.
Sure.
And so when he was out here, there was like literally nothing he could eat. So apologize for that. Next time you're out here, we're going to make sure that we treat you well. But thanks for tuning in, Danny.
Here's our first question, and if you guys have any yourself you'd like to ask the team, that's why we're here. And we're going to give you some sneak peeks on a couple of things coming up soon as well, so you guys don't want to miss that. Mark Wybrow from Facebook says, it is hard to come up with new ideas to make a trick really good to make people want to buy the product. So one of the topics we definitely wanted to talk about was producing new magic products.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's a very big topic. Why don't we let people know, from a producer standpoint, from a studio standpoint, if someone does have an idea that they've been looking at, what is the company actually looking for these days if they want to release a product, if they've never done it before?
Well, one of the things that we look for primarily is how different it is to something else on the market.
Sure.
So the noveltiness or novelness of a particular trick, I think, is really important. The more we can differentiate between one trick and something else that might already be out there, the better. There's a lot of things that look super similar to like things that are already out. The method may be a little bit different, but from the standpoint of a visual or camera perspective, or an audience at home perspective, it might look the same. And those are like really, really hard to sell. Because of the way that you have to be able to kind of position the actual product and say what is different about it, but at the same time, you really can't reveal what is different about it. So there's a really fine line, and those are for me, that's one of the most important things that we're looking for. Secondly, I really like visual magic, and so like if something stands out there and it just like gut punches you, like how amazing like visual it is, and you're just like blown away at the effect. That's always something that's really fantastic that we're always looking for. But for me, those are probably the two most important factors. The third maybe how feasible is it to actually create a product. Like there's some effects out there that may be really fantastic effects, but it's like a one-time use product that costs $30 to make or whatever. And so like from the standpoint of a consumer, would I necessarily want to buy something like that? Probably not. I might want to look at it, and I would definitely love it in terms of like where it's taking the product, but maybe it's not something that I would purchase because of the limitations in the usage factor. So I would say those three things are probably the most important things that we look for anyway. Well, Javier and Titanus probably would say other things, but since they're not around, I can't ask them, unfortunately.
Yeah. And again, guys, we are missing two of our team members. They're just out today, Titanus and Javier, who you've seen Javier more and more on our trailers, which is cool. He's great at it. super cool guy. And I've got the bloopers to show from the sentimental shoot. We'll get to that in just a minute, 'cause that was a lot of fun to see. Kind of give you an idea of how things are around the studio when we're actually like shooting stuff, which is fun. Before we do that, though, I had a question for you guys. I know that Adrian, you're a little new to the crowd here, so you may not have an answer yet. But Matt, you've been with Murphy's for a long time now. How many years have you been with Murphy's?
It's coming up on 3.5 years, I think.
Wow.
So during that time, and I'm going to ask George the same thing. We've worked on a lot of projects, and when I say we, I mean Murphy's, because I'm not part of your glorious team over there.
You are in spirit, though.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Out of everything that you've worked on, what do you think your favorite project was, Matt? Because I know we've done so much. Is there one, maybe two, that stand out to you that you were like, man, that was a really fun project, and I like how that turned out?
Yeah, probably Mental Dice was really fun to work on.
Yeah, that really was.
Because it was basically a whole studio effort came together to work on that one project for a decent amount of time, and we put a lot into that, just with all the assets, the trailer, and everything.
Yeah, and then if you can imagine, I don't know if you want to talk about how different. So I think the entire editing process probably took maybe about 2 weeks, you'd say.
Yeah.
How different would you say the very first edit was to the very final one?
They go through a lot of big changes.
Yeah.
I mean, there was probably like 10, 12 versions of that trailer. But it's really fun because you get to really see the evolution of the trailer throughout the process. And what we start with usually is pretty different than what we end up with. And so it's always really fun to see how that progresses through the whole studio working on it. And everybody's got different ideas and stuff. And so that was really fun.
Yeah, and also one of those things where, as we were shooting the trailer, as we were doing the instructions, we kept coming up with like these really great ideas that we wanted to include. Mm-hmm. So, I think towards the end of it, we're like coming up with, we're pretty much done. And then we come up with some other idea. I think one of the last things we came up with was probably the receipt trick. I don't know if anybody's seen that.
That is good.
So, yeah. So then we came up with that idea, over the course of me, Titanus, and Javier just brainstorming over 30 minutes. We're like, oh my God, we really love this idea. I know we're done filming everything. Yeah. We need to film this. And so that's when we had to kind of go back out and kind of, I know Matt probably doesn't like me as much when I do that to him, because he's like, oh my gosh, I'm almost done. Here you are giving me more things to work on. But I think it was such a good addition, and there's it's just one of those things that like I think it just made the whole product like feel better, more original. You get like more stuff, more bang for your buck. And it was just something that we loved so much that we had to put it in, even though it sort of delayed the whole process, maybe about 3 or 4 days. And I know like our sales team was like, knew how great this product coming out was. And they were like, okay, we want to put it out now. Are you guys ready? No, we need a couple more days. I'm sorry, guys.
Well, the wait was definitely worth it. And we had some people out there talking about it. And one question about it too, I don't know how much we're able to say. But when it comes to Mental Dice, Willie Mack over on Facebook would like to know, do we have any plans for an app for a watch to receive, or any other applications or add-ons for Mental Dice? I know that's kind of a vague question, but I don't know how much we can say.
I can't really divulge too much on that. What I will say is there have been some talks for other things. And I know that's like so vague, right? I can't get into the particulars, but there have been some talks, and I'll leave it at that. I'm sorry, Willie Mack.
Hey, man, we can only say what we can say, right? So
yeah.
Why don't we take a quick little break here and bring up the bloopers to let the guys know how much fun you guys really have when you're shooting a trailer. This is from our sentimental shoot. Do you want to tee it up in any way, or you want me to just run it?
I haven't seen this. I haven't seen the bloopers, I don't think, because I hate looking at myself on camera. So I just had these guys go, hey, find some bloopers, send it to Luke. So I haven't seen it, so go ahead and...
You can't see it, but he's put like some black tape over his image on the top screen. So...
I hate looking at myself.
We track the tape on the actual monitor.
All right, cool. Well, I'll run the bloopers. You guys get ready for this. This, again, is from our sentimental shoot. We'll show you that, too, because that was a studio production. But this just gives you an idea of what it's like behind the scenes when you're shooting a trailer.
I should just here. Let me do this.
Nice. Okay.
From
Yes. Yes.
like that.
Yes. Yeah.
What if you end spraying some?
Oh my god. Okay, ready? Okay.
Shake it. No, man, not that beginning. Start at the beginning of the performance.
Hey, Uber? I'm just trying to get home. Oh, okay. So basically, I forgot my line.
One second.
I'm just trying to get home. What the?
Action. Next.
Hey, you want to tell me about that time you rode that cat?
Oh, forgetting that part!
Action.
Oh, have I told you about the time I wrote that ant? Oh, have I told you about the time I wrote that...
Action.
Oh, have I told you about the time I wrote that cat?
Cut.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Nice. Oh man, so good. I've got to run the last part of the trailer real quick. I've got to show the part with him on the cat. I got to show this real quick. Check this out.
Oh, have I told you about the time I wrote that cat?
Oh man, too good.
So good.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Too much fun sometimes. Too much.
I got a question for the audience out there. Is the first time you guys played it through, did you guys actually watch the cat? That's my question.
That's a really good question. So everybody out there, did you get to the end of the sentimental trailer and see the cat? Did you actually get there? So let us know. I'll definitely let people.
I suspect most people probably would have cut out at the sentimental
At the
part
sentimental,
on the
yeah,
title card,
yeah.
but that was the whole point of that.
Yeah.
Jack Does Magic on YouTube says he did. He says he did. Check it out.
Nice.
Another friend on YouTube says he did. Yes. Fiddle and Johnny says yes. So we have people out there that definitely did. And they said it definitely made them laugh. You know, it's fun to sometimes not take yourself so serious because a lot of the trailers these days are very, over the top and, badass. So, yeah.
I want to shout out to Adrian. That was his first trailer.
That was my
Oh,
first
well,
trailer.
hey, somebody says, is that Ooey from Mr. Fierce?
Yes!
Good cat.
Yes,
Good cat.
that's great.
Yes,
Yes.
That was it.
And that's
So,
your
I
buddy
don't know-
Daniel, too, Adrian. There you go. That's Daniel again. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
So
Good.
there's we're huge Rick and Morty fans here in the studio, and so there are a couple Easter eggs in there that kind of call out Rick and Morty.
There's one big
of them.
one actually, and no one has actually mentioned
Oh, you're
it.
talking about
the Mark.
Yeah,
that
okay.
one. Yeah.
Well,
There's
we'll let somebody else find that one,
Yeah.
but there's another one that's fairly big in there.
Yeah.
The show that we're talking about is Rick and Morty. It's a cartoon. I don't even know what channel it's
I
on.
don't know.
Cartoon Network, maybe.
I think it's Adult Swim
Adult
now.
Swim,
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's an amazing thing, and every day, when a new one comes out, we're talking about it over like the cooler and coffee in the morning. So, a lot of the inspiration for some of the jokes came from Rick and Morty.
From Rick and Morty. Yeah.
I'm glad that some people actually caught that out.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, people are saying some of the Sans Minds trailers a little over the top. They can be. They can be. Speaking of over the top, actually, this is a great little segue. There's some really fun upcoming projects that the studio's been working on, and it's not just the trailers that they're trying to be more innovative with. It's also some of the packaging and stuff like that. So I know that we've got some really great people that we've teamed up with to produce some of their stuff. Do you want to show or talk about a little bit of some of the stuff that you were showing me before we started? Of course, I have the video to show too, but
Well, I can't talk too much about the products because we haven't released them yet. Some of you guys at home might see the title on the box and kind of see have an idea of what it might be. And if you do, please don't ruin it for everybody else. But essentially, we're working with a lot of great artists who come to us with really great products and really fantastic effects. And so we want to do justice by those guys and really create something that's kind of looks really great once you open the box, but also when you receive it, it feels like you're getting something fantastic because the product really is that great. And so we spent a little bit of time kind of doing some like 3D renderings and planning out some designs for packaging that are a little more unique, and we've been trying to do that more and more with a lot of the things that are coming out through the studio. I know when we had the Mental Dice release, people were really excited about how the packaging for that turned out.
Oh, yeah.
And so that kind of gave us a little push that we needed to kind of go, all right, what else can we do to make the unboxing experience more unique for some of our customers? So if you want to play that, I'm happy to show that.
Yeah, and I want to give some love as well to we've got some great people out here. Mark Lavelle just popped in. Want to give some love to Mark. Definitely one of our buddies.
Hi, Mark. Oh, hi, Mark.
Good to see you, Mark Lavelle. I'm running sound effects. That's why I'm doing stuff like that. But anyway, yes, I will show the packaging, and I think I've got you guys on the screen with it to talk over it. So this is just a quick peek, guys. It's something that's not out there to give you an idea of the direction that we're going as far as packaging. So here's the clip. You guys can kind of chat over it.
Okay, yeah. So as you can see, Angelo Carbone effect. You guys might recognize him from The Gift. And inside you get a special box of cards in this kind of weird triangular shaped packaging design there.
Yeah. Beautiful. Now, is this the final or is this a concept?
This is a concept, so we'll figure out how what the final product is going to look like once we kind of start talking to our manufacturers. What's actually possible, what is just kind of really fantastic in our heads, but is not physically possible to make. So we think this will work pretty cool. We love the concept design for this. If you guys ever seen Angelo perform on Edge, then you kind of understand what the symbolism on the packaging represents. I'm not going to go into it more than that, but it's all very meaningful to the effect. Secondly, we think that the packaging also, once you're done with it, whenever I get a new product, I always like put it on my shelf because it's a really nice display item. So what we want to do is have the packaging itself as a nice display item, and so the black thing on the outside there actually stands up on its own, and it's a representation of the actual trick, as you can tell from all the triangles there. Again, this is all like concept art. We'll see what our manufacturer can do for us in terms of like if this is actually possible. We think it's possible because in our head it works, but like I've been wrong many times before.
Hell yeah, man! It looks awesome, dude. People are freaking out about it, saying it's fire, which obviously it's definitely. And also they were giving some love for the Mental Dice packaging, which was also you kind of touched on that one as well. I don't want to ruin the surprise for people, but it's definitely something people were talking about. If you haven't seen it yet, it's something else. It's pretty cool. This was a specific question, though, about releasing stuff. This one comes from Renee, who actually has a really cool idea I wanted to send your way, actually. Renee wants to know, what is the process for a new product that I've already made that needs a good package? So he's already got the product. When it comes to packaging, is that something that we do, or do we just take over the whole project, I guess, if someone is looking to release something?
Well, look, if he's already got the stuff made, then really what he's looking for Murphy's on is some help with distribution. Sure. I would say there's people that we can put him in touch with that. Then essentially what it is we'll kind of talk about what your product retail might be. We'll look at some of the things like your packaging, your trailer, how novel the trick is, and we'll see what we can do for you in terms of helping you get some sort of distribution. That's one of the great things of working with Murphy's is that we've got a lot of solutions for different things. So if you're like one of those people who already have a product ready to go, but you're having the hardest time getting it to a forum where people are able to see it, people are able to get their hands on it. If that's sort of the issue that you're having, we've got a solution for that. If you've got just an idea or a concept, we've got a solution for that too. Yep. So that's one of the things that I love working with. We have so many different options to kind of fit whatever your particular need might be when looking to release your product.
Yeah, and it's not just one thing. You know, people think, oh, I have a trick here. You know, I think one of the things people need to realize too, and I did the talk at Blackpool. George, you were there, and
Yeah.
one of the things that always gets a laugh from people when it comes to this type of stuff is one of the number one things you need to have if you're going to submit something to us. Have a method. You know, have a damn method. A lot of people think if they have the idea, that's enough, and the reality is it's not. You know, we can help facilitate, but we can't do the work for you, I think is the best way to put it. So just something.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, I think for me, the method is far more important than just the idea, because, you know, we can all reach into the back of our imaginations and think of something impossible. That doesn't mean I can make it work, you know?
Yep, absolutely. Well said. Speaking of making things work, one of the really cool trailers that you guys did recently, I was going to play that. It's not too long. It's Flame. And it also shows off one of our team members that's unfortunately not able to make this today. He couldn't make it today. That's Javier. And he's really started popping up more and more on our trailers, and just a really fun guy as well. So do you want to kind of tee up this as, like, let's say that someone brings a product to the table and we take a look at it to figure out how to make a trailer. With what they're about to see, what kind of goes through the process? Do you storyboard something, or is it something where you guys have the idea of the trick and you try to make the trailer around the trick? Like, how do we come up with the trailers that we actually end up doing?
Got it. So really for that one, I kind of left that one in the hands of Matt and Javier here. So do you want to?
Yeah. So for that one, it was a lot of trying to incorporate, because it's a fire effect, trying to incorporate some sort of flame or fire. And so you can see in the background that it kind of represents a flame, obviously, but but a lot of that one, we had a lot of fun just kind of messing around, seeing what we could do that would look cool on camera, and then that would also showcase the trick.
Yeah, with that one, I think, you know, I wasn't there for the entire filming because I trust these guys enough to kind of let them, you know, take their creativity where it needs to go. But it was one of the effects where we didn't really have a whole lot to work with. We kind of knew the effect could do this, the effect can do that. We had our limitations, and we didn't really have like a whole lot of routining that was handed off to us. And so a lot of that we had sort of come up in-house.
Yeah.
We shot maybe actually the first version, I had you throw that one out completely, didn't I? Yeah, and I feel really bad about that now that I say that. Yeah, we went through a lot of different versions for that one to get that one right.
A lot of slimming down.
A lot of slimming down. There's just a lot of things that were there that were great ideas, but didn't really quite pan out as well as it did. Okay. And so, really, I think what it was that we just sort of sat down and kind of came up with, okay, what is the most important thing that the most important idea that we're trying to convey here, and let's take the most important pieces of those ideas and let's put that, how do we express that visually? And then what other ideas can we come up with? How can we express that visually? And then we put that all together with behind some really great music that has, you know, with the visuals timed very well to the music. And I think it got us to a place where we wanted to go. I think.
Yeah. Would
you say that was about accurate?
Yeah, that trailer turned out pretty well, I thought.
Yeah. Well, let's go ahead.
I was just gonna say, me and Javier had a lot of fun.
It seems to be the trend around there. Definitely
yeah,
seems to be.
You know, that was another one where we had a last-minute inclusion. Right?
Oh yeah.
Where the trailer was done, and then we already delivered everything, and then I think it was Jason Knowles who said, "Oh, I've got this other really great idea," and then we listened to what his great idea was, and we're like, "We love it. It needs to go in the trailer." Cool. So anyway, feel free to go ahead and run that.
Yeah, let's show the trailer, and then I've got Sentimental. We'll kind of go out on that one because that definitely gives a whole different kind of angle on what we do, and I'd love to hear more about the story on that. So let's take a look at straight out of our studio from our team here. This is the trailer for Flame, and if you haven't seen this yet, actually, guys, the trick's hella good too. So check this out.
Imagine taking out an ordinary lighter and having the power to bend fire at your will. Flame is one of the most visual and amazing fire effects in all of close-up magic. It's 100% self-contained. It uses no wires or external gimmicks, and you're in full control of the levitation at all times. Flame is perfect for all walk-around, close-up, and street performers. You can use it as a normal lighter, and when the time comes, you know you're ready to do one of the most amazingly visual fire effects out there. Ignite your audience's attention. This is Flame.
And we are back, and George makes an appearance. He had to run in the other room to do something real quick. So welcome back, sir. Good to have you back.
Thanks.
Yeah. So definitely gives guys an idea of in-house some of the stuff that our studio does. And it was funny hearing the guys talking about this as the video was playing. We were talking about some of the fun moments that they were having during that. So, yeah.
A lot of stuff. Me and Javier we'll kind of go in the studio and work something out for a while, and then we'll get all excited and then come show George like either the routine or what we want to put in the trailer, and then he'll kind of critique it, and then we go back and work on it some more and come back. And so it's always a fun process.
Cool. A friend on YouTube, EML, says, "Imagine doing this with a blister trick." That's a great idea to,
That is a really good
combine
idea.
that with a blister. I actually had a question about Flame as well, since you guys have had some hands-on experience with it. Adam Wayne Evans over on Facebook says, "How easy is it to refill, and is the gas easy to get? Also, are the flints replaceable?" So there you go. How easy is it to refill and get the gas?
Both are really easy.
Yeah, so the flints are replaceable. Were they? I know Javier replaced the one that we had, so it's replaceable. Gas-wise, you pick up whatever you need just from Walmart.
Yep.
So hopefully they still have that stuff right now.
See if you can find anything at Walmart.
Yeah, I know. But once this whole thing is over and everybody's kind of calmed down a little bit, it's really easy to find. You'll find it in just the camping section.
Yeah.
Refilling it was fairly simple.
Yes.
Yeah.
We cover all that in the instructions.
It's all covered in there. I think I don't even remember how long it lasts for. It's only because we played with it so long. I was gonna one refill will last you, and I'm like thinking about man, we played with it like 3 days straight. So I couldn't tell you, but it lasts a while.
Someone says, "Is this a real flame levitating?" Yes, no, maybe.
Yeah, totally real. You could
nothing was CGI.
Nothing was CGI at all. Even though Adrian wanted to include some, we're like, no, we don't need that because we got real magic here. It's a real flame levitating. As you saw from the trailer, you can light flash paper with it. It's got heat. If you put your hand too close, it'll burn. You can put your spectator's hands over it and feel something. It'll be warm. It's a real flame. It'll do all the stuff that flames do. Because it's real. So.
Someone else. We got lots of questions about flame now. Who would have thought? Can you make it float up? Okay, so yes, can you really make it float up and down? So basically,
there's no CGI. That's all. That's exactly what the trick does. It goes up, it goes down. Yep. And then that's the bare bones of it, and then you can present it however you want. We had a lot of fun, doing kind of like a which card thing. So once you run over a bunch of cards over it, and then when it's the selection or the signed card, the flame rises to the signed card. We thought that was a really cool way to kind of reveal something, so we like that. You can just use it as a way to just show like a flame going up and down, which is really cool. That's sort of the bare bones, but really you can take it a number of different ways depending on your performance style.
Yeah, me and Javier came up with a bunch of routines that we cover in the instructions and stuff.
All right. And this is something that comes self-contained. So I know there's been YouTube videos of stuff, people have hacked stuff. This is something you get, you buy it, it's $20 and it's ready to go, and it's super easy to use too. It's all self-contained.
I will say that it's not completely self-contained because it doesn't actually have the lighter fluid in it.
Okay.
And you just can't ship lighter fluid very easily.
No.
You know, it's the reason, like same reason why if you bought a Zippo online, the Zippo would be empty.
Oh yeah.
It's just a nightmare to ship flammable liquids, and plus you definitely don't want flammable liquids being shipped in a package just in case it leaks or something crazy like that happens. So it's the safe way to go. The thing that'll cost you a couple bucks at Walmart, like I said, but very easy to find.
Right on. Cool. So that was, we got people saying they love the trick. Yeah, it is. It's really cool and easy to do. So
It's fun to just watch it go up and down, just to play with it and watch it go up and down. We had a lot of fun just playing with it.
probably the easiest trick as well. You just literally have to do one little thing, and yeah, you're good.
Yeah, it's pretty self-contained. It's just like you control it all on your own. Like you might have seen, like, there's a lot of YouTube hacks where somebody goes in and they hack with a lighter.
Yeah.
I think they screw around with it for a little bit, and then suddenly you can have the flame levitate off of the where the flame's supposed to come from. The problem is you can't control that.
Yep.
I mean, it just stays where it stays. So it goes up, it goes down, goes up, it goes down. I mean, and it's all under your control. So however you want to use it, I mean, that's totally up to you.
Right on. Another really fun project that we did recently was Sentimental, and there have been numerous people talk about the fact that this is probably one of their favorite Magic trailers ever.
I'm glad. We had a lot of fun with that one.
It's,
and again, another one that had very many revisions to it.
It's so different. It's just fun. So I think we should show the guys. I know, Drake, you were out there asking about what is Sentimental. I've got the trailer queued up. It's a little long, guys, but it's not hard to sit through. This is probably one of the more fun trailers you're going to see. And then we'll come back, answer a few more questions, and wrap things up. So guys, if you haven't seen Sentimental, and go ahead, George.
Okay, since you guys know about it, since you guys for anybody who missed it at the beginning, there's a couple Rick and Morty references in there. So if you guys are Rick and Morty fans, please look out. There's two of them. One has already been identified as the ooh-wee at the end, and then there's one more out there that hopefully somebody will catch. So be on the lookout for that.
Okay, and don't forget, guys, too, we're hooking you guys up with a free at the table lecture of your choice. All you gotta do is drop a like and comment on this video. If you're on Facebook, do it to it. If you're on YouTube, do it to it. Want to enter twice, do both. We'll announce the winners next week, but this is coming up. Sentimental. Enjoy.
Kind of knew where you would start. And I wrote something down. Let me see. Check it out, look. Oh, nice. That's really good.
Hey, was that the thing?
Yeah, it went absolutely insane last night. You're not gonna believe it. It was great.
Okay, so tell me.
I get to the bar and I start walking in slow motion.
Dude.
And then in the corner.
Really? Slow motion? Again? I thought we weren't doing that anymore.
Oh, yeah. So I get to the bar, I'm feeling crazy stupid fine. I scout the area, and I go up to these two chicks. I had one of them think of a movie, shuffle the cards, and without ever looking at the faces.
Wait. Cards?
Yeah.
Dude, start at the beginning.
Oh, you want to know from the beginning?
Yeah, that's what I've been saying.
Oh, thank you so much. Okay, so everything started with this guy, and he was like, I'm Nicholas Moresis, and I will be creating the best mentalism effect in the multiverse. And he was like, but first, I need the best designer ever. So Nicholas found this other guy, and he was all like, I'm Phil Smith. The first rule about designing is you don't talk about designing.
Dude, what are you talking about, man? I just want to know about the performance.
Oh, okay. All right, well, maybe you've seen some of these. So, Fight Club, Memento, Whiplash, Vertigo. There's just a bunch of different movies, okay? So what I want you to do is you're gonna be thinking of a card. You're gonna cut anywhere you want and hold it up against you so nobody can see. Yes? Okay, there should be some cards left over here. Hand them over to her. All right, now look at the card that you cut to. Okay, and now shuffle the cards. So here's what I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna basically just go through the cards like this. So just think the word stop. Okay? All right. Did you think stop? Oh, I didn't hear you. All right, let's try something else. Let's try something different, okay? Let's try, have you seen this movie?
No.
You've never seen it? Okay, but you remember the name?
Yeah, I remember the name.
Okay, keep repeating it over and over in your head. Okay, I know, cuckoo. So it has to be One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, right?
And the second phase, I have never seen anything like this. It's so unique and incredible.
Let's try this. Look at me for a second. I think I know. And start dealing face up quickly. Yeah, now, yeah. And then something's gonna tell you, you're gonna wanna stop somewhere. Yeah, go ahead. Feel free. Is this where you wanna stop? No, okay, keep going. Right here.
Yeah.
Something made you stop in this location, right? You could have stopped here, you could have stopped here, you could have technically stopped there or on any of these, but something made you stop here. Take a look at the card. What does it say? Which one is it?
Your window.
Have you seen this movie?
No.
No? That's interesting. Let me see.
So then what happened?
We're at the movies.
Then what happened?
Okay, so basically. Check it out, look.
I got it right. Every single time.
It has to be One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, right? Is it Forrest Gump?
Yeah.
Rosemary Baby. There you go.
That's crazy. Wow. Cool, man. Like, I'm like literally like looking at it.
Yeah, man, it's incredible. There's no fishing, there's no progressive anagram, there's no controlling of any cards, there are no markings. It's so simple to do. And the best part is that once you see how clever the method is, you're just gonna smile to yourself. I'm telling you, it's so good.
So what's the method?
Okay, so it's super simple. All you gotta do, I'll take a sentimental, please.
Actually, I'm gonna have one too, but hold the cheesy trailer because you know I'm a little.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Oh, have I told you about the time I wrote that cat?
There we go, guys. We had some questions earlier about Sentimental. Some of the people said they had not seen the trailer, where they've been living. But there we go. That looked like a really fun project. There's no way it wasn't. Yeah.
Too fun. I mean, like you saw from the bloopers how much fun we were having. I think most of the things on there were we sort of had like a rough idea of what was supposed to happen, and most of the stuff we just sort of made up as we went along, and it sort of got better and better.
Yeah. Well, Adrian had like this huge wall full of storyboard pictures.
Yeah. I wish we still had that up to show
and, like,
you. No,
every day you'd come in and it'd be like something different.
Yeah, we changed it a lot. Actually, a lot, and it's because we sit down, we talk about ideas, and we all throw things on the pot. And
what was the original concept? Just for
so we had the bar scene with the girl.
So the original concept was, I don't know if you guys ever seen Ant-Man. You know, like there's that guy, the Hispanic dude at the end that talks really, really fast, and he does like voiceovers over his own characters, and he's always telling narratives. And so the whole idea was that we wanted to take tropes from movies and scenes from movies, and because this is a movie-themed effect, we wanted to infuse like the whole idea of movies that way. And so the original concept was that, and so that's where the idea from between me and Javier were speaking. But then we had like so many other scenes that sort of just got thrown out after we weren't able to get it. Like we had an actual movie theater that agreed to let us film there. Yeah. And then when we got there, they're like, no, you can't film in here.
Yeah.
And so we actually just fixed up our studio to make it look like a movie theater, and I think that actually turned out
turned out pretty good.
Pretty good.
Javier did a really good job.
Really
I just went to the office, came back, and it was like a movie theater, and I was like, damn. But it was really good.
Well, what else? We also had a bunch of characters in there that we just couldn't cast for, just because we didn't have any funding. like people wanted money for them to act on our thing, and we just didn't.
Especially that cat. He was too busy.
That cat, man.
You know, so when
yeah.
he ended up doing it CGI.
Yeah, the original cat that we casted. I mean, his agent just said he wanted way too much money, and so we couldn't. Damn
it.
We couldn't get him, unfortunately. Yeah. Did anybody saw the Easter egg?
I was looking. I don't think anyone caught it actually. I think you're safe for now. I don't think anyone saw that. Yeah. I was going to bring this up too real quick. If people are interested in releasing something with us, want to get it to our team, I've got the link on the screen right now. It's in front of you guys. murphysmagic.com/submit-a-trick. We do ask for videos of the trick and also video footage of you showing how it's done. Doesn't have to be super quality like you just saw in the trailer, but we want to know that you know how to do the damn thing. So that is the link right there, murphysmagic.com/submit-a-trick. These are the guys you'll end up working with if you get that far. And to be fair, we do get a lot of submissions. We try to get to them as quick as we can. I get it on socials all the time, letting people know just because you just sent it and you didn't hear anything back doesn't mean we're not interested. We just have a lot of stuff, and I'll let the guys, as we go out, mention that too, that we are up to a lot of stuff. So if we don't get to you right away, it's not because we don't like you. It's because we're just really, really busy. And yeah, so go for it.
So also on that note, just so that you guys are at home aware, like we've been speaking about this mystical character named Javier over and over and over again. He doesn't actually exist. No, originally we actually had originally met him because he had submitted a trick, and unfortunately we turned down the trick, but we ended up staying in contact, and he was just so passionate about magic that we're like, yeah, we need this guy on the team, man. Yeah. So just so you know where it could lead, there's just like so many, there's things out there. Like even if we don't end up working together on producing your trick, it might lead to something else. You never know. So feel free to submit. We're always looking out for anything cool out there. If you guys have great ideas.
That's how I got in touch with you, right? The same way.
Same way, yeah.
It was the same thing. I was just bugging him a lot, 24/7.
Pitching deck design ideas after deck design ideas. Yeah, and I kept going, no, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that.
I was on a couple of those calls. Yeah, I remember those.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, but a very good point. I do remember that. So if you guys are on social media, you can always drop us a DM, and I can try to connect some dots for you too. That's actually where Javier got to us, was through Instagram. He and I were chatting, and then I tried to connect the dots. So let us know. You see where it got him. He's now a full-time member of our team, and we hate that he couldn't be here today, but you'll be seeing him in plenty more trailers, I'm sure, in the future. So, yeah. Any last things here as we go out? I know that you had a couple other little projects you worked, not little, but little things you were showing me before. Maybe as we go out, would you mind maybe little packaging? You had a couple more.
Sure.
I don't know if you want to or not, but we're giving people sneak peeks.
Yeah, so this is just an outside packaging thing. This isn't an effect. This is something that let me see if I can get the light right. I can't. There's a delay on this, so it's hard to see. But AdSense, I don't know if you guys have been at Blackpool or Magic Live. Titanus was going around performing this for a lot of people and just fooling the pants off, I would say 99% out of everyone. I think the only one that ever really figured out what it was Mark Lavelle, who may still actually be on the stream at some point. So congrats to Mark, but this is something that's coming out in a little while. Cool. This one's something that is going to be really fun. I was also showing, I was showing it just kind of like where we're taking, packaging these days, just to show you kind of something that might have been here. This is something that we produced, older.
Here's a question
production.
real quick: Is Adrian one of the main people that's working on the designs? Because I know he's a designer by trade. I want to give him some love if that's the case, because.
No, that's the case for sure.
Yeah.
Like even before we hired him full time, or we brought him on fully part of the team, we were contracting him out to do packaging design for us. And so half of these things he produced while not working for us. We just paid him per project, and then we're like, yeah, we're paying him so much per project. Let's just hire him fully. Then he can just hang out with us all day long, and we can make great videos. So.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Very good. All right. And one last question for you. You were showing the Angelo Carbone thing earlier. Do we have a timeline on that? I've seen some questions popping up about the thing that he's been showing. Do we happen to know when that might actually pop up?
Yeah, so we got one of them coming up. I'll show you this one. This one you might be seeing on the shelves roughly in about 2 months or so. Look how pretty that looks. This is also designed by this guy over here.
Cool.
Let me get some light on that. Yeah.
Tilt it towards the
towards the light. There we go.
And now towards the computer.
Towards the computer.
Like.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. There's like a
Yeah.
There we go.
Keep going.
Look how pretty that is. So pretty. This is like one of my favorite just designs
really cool.
for a box overall, and on the back has fancy Murphy's Magic logo there. But this you'll probably see on the shelves roughly in about 2 months or so. Still working on the trailer, having a little bit of difficulty filming that right now. Apparently nobody wants to go out and go to bars and stuff to see magic. I don't know why. But I suspect that should hopefully clear up within the next month and a half or so.
Cool. All right.
And then back to having fun.
Sounds good. Well, appreciate you guys hanging out. Again, if you guys are interested in submitting something to us, here's the link again, murphysmagic.com, submit a trick. That is it, /submit a trick. And yes, someone says, Adrian, a master at card design and packaging. Yes and yes. He's awesome. We're proud to have him part of the team. Very proud. Someone's asking about any teases on the Dancy decks. I don't even know about that, but I guess time will tell. We'll see.
Whoa, man.
We'll have to.
Are we allowed to say anything about that?
We'll have to hold that off for another day.
That's fair. Yes, we're up to some stuff, so we'll see when that goes down. We shall see. All right, my friends. Well, you guys stay safe over there and keep up the good work, and we'll catch up with you guys again sometime down the road. But if you guys see George at a convention, definitely he's one of the guys you want to show your magic to if you got some ideas too. So remember his face and make sure to see him if you're at a convention. So, all right, guys, take care, and thanks again for the time today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for hanging out, guys.
Stay safe.
And there we go, my friends. A chat with our studio team. Hope you enjoyed it. A little behind-the-scenes peek at what goes on, some bloopers. We showed you some of the trailers that they're up to, and these are the guys that really do make it all happen. So, yeah, hope you enjoy that stuff and keep an eye out for some of those new products and the packaging coming out and all that. We're always trying to push the envelope. It's a lot of fun. And speaking of pushing the envelope, I'm trying to do that too. Got some great guests coming up for you over the next couple weeks. Next Wednesday, I've got Alon New. Alon New is a magic creator. He's a performer, and he just opened up his brand new Las Vegas show here on the Strip. Unfortunately, it's closed at the moment, just like all shows. However, he'll be with me live. And the week after that, another Las Vegas headliner. I've got the other half of the Shin Lim show, Limitless, Colin Cloud. Colin Cloud's going to join me live April 1st, and that's no joke. See what I did there? That is 100% no joke. All right, so Colin Cloud, one of the best mentalists in the world, just like Alon New, two of them back to back. So stay tuned for that, bringing you a lot more guests after that. But more importantly, stay safe out there, stay close to home, bunker down, work on some new magic, grab a book, grab a deck of cards, make the most of the time you got. But more importantly, stay safe. All right, that's going to do it for today. I hope you guys do stay safe, and I hope you did enjoy this. So I will catch you all next time. All right, be good.